In this video, we are going to talk about how to get our plots and diagnostics for our outliers. Specifically, we'll be talking about the soft drink example that we looked at in our notes. To start off, we're going to get the plots for the outliers in the y-axis. So we're going to come over to JMP where we already have our data imported. We're analyze, fit model. Our time is our y, our case and our distance, our x's, and we're just going to click run. And so this is going to fit our model. By default, JMP is going to give us the residual by predicted, but this is not the standardized version or studentized version. So we're going to get those values and we're going to use Graph Builder. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to this red arrow, save columns, and we're going to first get our predicted values. Okay, then we're going to go back up to this red arrow, save columns, and we're going to come down here and get our studentized residuals. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to minimize this because we're going to need that again later. Now we have our predicted and our studentized. We're going to go to Graph Builder, and we're just going to put our studentized on the Y, our predicted on the X. It is going to give us this smooth line. To get rid of that, we're just going to click here. Now we want to be able to also put in our lines for our 2 and maybe put the axis so it's symmetrical. So we're going to click here. We're going to say our min is going to be minus 3.5. Our max is going to be 3.5. And then I want to add a value 2. So this is going to add a line at 2 and negative 2. And we're going to press OK. And then there we have our residuals versus predicted. And we can see that this observation, if you highlight over it, it will tell us row 9 and the values. Then you can press done, and there you go. Our next plot that we looked at in class was our plots for leverage, where we were getting our hat values. So I'm going to bring back up this right here. And again, we're going to go to this red arrow, save columns, and click on hats. I'm going to minimize this once more. Now I have my H values or my hat values. We're going to go to Graph Builder, and we're just going to put our H's here and our observation number on the X. Again, getting rid of that smooth line. And then we can click on the x-axis again, or the y-axis. There we go. And we can add our value. Remember, our value was 0.24 because it was 2 times p, which is 3, divided by 25. We're going to add that value so we can compare. Okay. And then we can highlight and look at our answers that way too. Press done, and then there is our graph that matches our leverage versus observation index. The last thing that we are going to look at is our hips, where we need to calculate our Cook's distance. So again, I'm going to be bringing back this the fit. We're going to go to the red arrow, save columns, and Cook's D influence. Click on that. Minimize that once more, come here, and now we have our Cook's D. We're going to go to Graph Builder, put our Cook's distance and then our observation number on our X, get rid of that line, click here, and we're going to add a line at 1, okay. And then there's our plot for Cook's D influence. Again, if you were to put this in a paper, you were showing it to your advisor or something like that, I would recommend making the titles and the x-axes a little bit neater, maybe more informative, maybe saying observation index and that type of stuff. But here you go, and that's how you find and plot your outliers in JMP.